Hello and welcome to Melomaniax, the podcast where we take unbiased deep dives into the biggest musicians and bands of all time. I'm your host, Ashton.
And I'm your other host, Dallas. Thank you so much for being here with us today, folks. We're continuing our series of decades in music, and today we're actually starting the 90s. So it's going to be part one of the 90s. We're going to attempt to go through 90 through 94. See how far we get, because the music, obviously, more music comes out as the decades go by. But before we get started, please go ahead and take a second to subscribe and like us on YouTube. Hit us up on Spotify, Apple Music with those 5-star reviews. Really appreciate that. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We also have a Patreon now, $5 a month. It's going to get you a lot of cool perks. You can go check that out, melomaniax.com. You'll see the Patreon link right there at the top of the page. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I would also like to say I'm a little sick, so if my voice sounds a little not good, that's why. I'm going to do my best to work through it today. So, Ashton, why don't you kick us off here? 1990.
1990. Yeah, we'll actually see two familiar years from our birthday episode, if anybody checked that one out.
That's right. That's right. We did do 92 and 93 already. So, actually, for those... we won't skip them, but we could maybe breeze through them and then point you guys to those episodes for a little bit more in-depth breakdown of those years. What do you say?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll just kind of highlight.
I want to remind everyone before we get into the decade here, the winners so far. Of the 60s, we had 1965. Of the 70s, we had 1976. Of the 80s, we actually had the one that I would have guessed going into it, and it ended up being the winner, and that was 1987. Now we're starting the 90s. Obviously, this is only part one, so we're going to, I guess, crown a quote winner of today. But obviously, that could change when we get to part two. So,
dude, according to
already
right
I'm sitting here in January.
Looking at January real quick. According to our pattern, 1998 would be the winner here, right? Because we had 65,
5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, yeah,
87. Nice. I 98. If the pattern continues, 98 will be the winner, but we'll have to see.
That's a crazy pattern.
Right? Isn't that weird?
So the first album of 1990, Gwar, Scumdogs of the Universe. I didn't realize they existed that early. That's pretty cool.
That's right. You showed me them just very recently. You made a comment about them.
Yeah, they have a lot of crazy stuff that band does.
Let's see. Joan Jett with an album. Oh, I'm seeing some debuts here. Slaughter.
Yeah, Slaughter, Stick It To You. That's an amazing album. And they're one of those bands that came too late, in my opinion. I mean, they had a lot of hits, but too late to the 80s metal party. They came out as a glam metal band in 1990. So this album actually has Fly to the Angels, which is their biggest hit, and Up All Night as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a real interesting thing. Like all those early 90s bands that were just too late to the 80s. There's quite a few of them, and they're all good. It was just they were past the era of that music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, honestly, those are some of the best bands you get at the very end of the 80s into the 90s. You get Skid Row, Steelheart, Slaughter, Warrant. Like, those were the best glam metal bands. They just came too late.
All right. I feel like I've heard of Fish before.
Yeah, there's a band called Fish, and no, it's not PH Fish like you're thinking. It's FISH. Interesting.
That's their debut.
We get a Best of Van Morrison.
See that.
And we get Primus's debut, and I mean, this is my second favorite album of all time. The Black Crowes debut.
Oh, that's right. Shake Your Money Maker. Woo.
February 13th. That's my second favorite album of all time.
That's a good one.
Love that one. We get an album by Death, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
It's your first Appetite?
Appetite for Destruction, probably, okay, yeah.
We'll have to each do a top 10 albums of each other's top 10.
That's a great idea, like a Desert Island list, yeah. And maybe we even call it a Desert Island list instead of a top 10, because some of them are hard to rank, but
that's true.
It's one of those things where, like, Appetite did so much for me as a musician that it'll always hold the number one spot, but it's not something I'm constantly like going around listening to. I haven't listened to it in a while, actually.
Yeah, I want to do one that like I have a list of albums that like I don't like to listen to one specific song from it. I gotta listen to the whole album when I listen, and that's like the list that I want to. And it's so all over the place, which is why I think it'd be an interesting episode if we did that.
It'd be a different episode to do like a no skips album. You know.
Yeah, no skips, baby. Those are my
Damn
favorite
Yankees
kind of
have their
albums.
self-titled debut. That's a great band. Ted Nugent it's a super group, but there's a lot of good songs on that one.
Okay.
Eric Johnson, Riot, and I mean we're just getting into March here.
Let's see, there's not as much that I recognize here. You're seeing a lot more.
Robert Plant has his 5th studio album.
Okay.
Manic Nirvana. Yeah, I mean, Heart. That's their 10th.
They're still doing stuff in the 90s. That's crazy.
Gary Moore. Everlast. Here we go. Starting to get some 90s stuff. Everlast debut.
The Who with a live box set. Okay. Going down to April. Fleetwood Mac with another album. Their 15th.
Yeah, Behind the Mask. Yeah. Wow. Still going. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Who's in the band at this point?
Here we go. We get, and let's make sure we touch on these debuts. We've done a good job so far. I just want to make sure we don't miss any. A Tribe Called Quest debut.
Oh, nice.
And then just below that, Green Day's debut, 1990, April 13th.
Oh, dude, that album cover. It's
album's called 39 Smooth.
Yeah, I remember that album cover.
Warrior Soul has a debut. I'm not familiar with them, but thought I'd bring it up. Bruce Dickinson, Tattooed Millionaire. It's his debut solo album. I forgot he kind of left Iron Maiden for a little bit.
I didn't know that.
There we go. Steelheart. We get their debut.
I was wondering when we would see them.
Love it. Dio, Lock Up the Wolves. Dio has some great album art, huh? That's
always.
His 5th.
Billy Idol had his 4th album come out.
We get Ice Cube's solo debut. America's Most Wanted. America having the KKK in the middle of it.
That means he just left NWA recently then.
I believe that's his correct. Although I'd be lying if I said I'm an expert on that. What do we got here?
Madonna with a soundtrack.
There's some solid stuff here so far. Honestly, this might be... Depending on how the rest of this shapes up, there's a lot of big debuts. This might be a lot. This might be a tough one to beat.
This might win because of debuts. Eric B. and Rakim.
Get Jeff Lynne's solo debut.
Group.
He was the guy from ELO. I'm down here in June now, by the way.
I'm just getting into
Bad
June
Company
here.
Releases Holy Water. That's their 9th. And their 3rd with Brian Howe as lead vocalist.
Oh, dude.
So
I don't know if you mentioned it. New Kids on the Block. Their 4th.
That's their 4th. Yep. Okay. Yep. I forgot they were kind of tail end of the 80s. Hey, we get Mariah Carey's debut. Look how young she is. Her debut studio album.
Oh, that's right. What's on this one? Oh, I got to open this one. I got to see. I'm pretty sure there's some good songs on here.
Call them out.
Well, I don't know any of the hits, but there's a lot of them apparently. Vision of Love. There's Got to Be a Way. I Don't Want to Cry. Someday. And Love Takes Time. I'm sure I've heard it.
Love Takes Time, I think I know, right? Yeah, she's one of those artists where, like, at least for me, the songs, but you didn't know they were her and you didn't know the name of the song.
Yeah, that's probably.
But as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah, that song? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Toto with a
Deicide, we get their debut, death metal band. Danzig, their 2nd.
Why do I know that? What
Sonic Youth. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Biohazard's debut. Okay, so look at that Biohazard album cover at the very bottom of June there. That's a 90s album cover.
Oh, for sure. My goodness.
Starting to get into the 90s art-wise, You guys check that out. We're going to implement video soon on this podcast, and we'll be able to pull that stuff up for you. Hey, we got Poison coming in with Flesh and Blood, their 3rd. That's crazy. Their 3rd studio album. 1990. They must not have had much more than that, huh?
Yeah, I guess not.
Devo, their 8th.
Iggy Pop still doing it. 9 albums. Allman Brothers Band with their 9th.
Santana with his 187th, just kidding, 16th.
Oh, here's the Time album. I haven't heard Pandemonium, their fourth. I don't think Prince was still doing stuff with them at this point, but I could be wrong.
I would assume not.
Yeah,
Ian
his
Gillan,
solo career
the singer for Deep Purple, we get his debut.
Oh, nice. Naked Thunder. What a title.
Yeah. Naked Thunder. That's hilarious. Mother Love Bone. Here we go. All right. The only full-length studio album by American rock band Mother Love Bone. Mother Love Bone was a band of friends from Seattle, and their singer ended up dying of a heroin overdose. I think I'm getting this right. And yep. And Andrew Wood. And his death is one of the catalysts for the Seattle music scene that became grunge as we know it.
Oh.
So they were kind of like that band was kind of like the father of the grunge movement that was underground before it kind of blew up.
See, we got Pantera's fifth, Cowboys
and
from Hell.
Really Pantera's first. This is their fifth album, but this is one where
they changed their sound.
They're done with their glam sound, and this album sounds like Pantera. So they finally found themselves here.
Gotcha.
And that's really cool.
Yeah,
Winger,
I like the title Dread
second.
Zeppelin. That's funny.
That's pretty cool.
Reggae
it's an American reggae rock band. Interesting.
What's Bon Jovi
Napalm
releasing?
Death. Their third. Newsboys. Why do I know them?
Oh, this is John
Christian
Bon
pop
Jovi's first solo album. That's right. I forgot it was like
that's a big one.
Because it was a band. I forgot before this.
Was it though?
Was it? I think it was just John Bon Jovi.
Hey, we get Jellyfish's debut. They were on the Kiss Cruise with us, I believe. And we get Extreme, their second album. It's called Extreme 2, Porno Graffiti. Extreme is another one of those like just top tier glam metal bands. You got some amazing players in that band.
Nice.
And if you haven't gone and listened to them, you deserve to do that. They are amazing.
Got Pixies' third album, NWA, with their... Oh, that's just an EP. And I guess that was a response to Ice Cube releasing his solo. Because they kind of go back and forth between the two after he leaves.
We do get the debut of Cannibal Corpse.
Yep,
a lovely album cover there. And the debut of Firehouse. That guy from that band, CJ Snare, I think his name is. Yeah, they're from Charlotte here. Firehouse is.
Oh, nice. I didn't.
And they had a couple really good tunes.
Duran 6.
CJ Snare, by the way, just recently passed away, like within the last 6 months.
Oh.
So R.I.P. him.
Condolences.
Yep. Black Sabbath releases Tear. That's some pretty cool art, actually.
15.
Striper and Rat, Detonator. And then we get some grunge. Alice in Chains drops Facelift, August 21st, 1990. Their debut.
That's a good one.
And a lot, just one of their best. I think their second one, most people agree is better, but still amazing. Prince, Anthrax. Wow, there's a lot of good stuff here.
I know. That's why I'm like, wow, 90 is crazy.
It's like 6 or 7 in a row. Garth Brooks, No Fences. That's his second. By the way,
Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, you were just about to say Jane's Addiction. Did you see what happened to them over the weekend?
I did not.
I mean, we could talk about it in depth on a different episode, I guess. But their singer just like assaulted their guitar player on stage.
Really?
Yeah. So there was some build up there that culminated in a on-stage kerfuffle, and then they canceled their tour, and they were in the middle of a big like reunion and stuff. So don't think that's gonna keep going. Their guitarist is Dave Navarro, by the way.
Sounds like a reunion built on money and not relationships.
Yeah, could be. I know their manager. He helped the LA Maybe a lot, and he was the one responsible for that reunion. I didn't want to text him, though. He's probably dealing with enough.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Living Color, Time's Up. That's their second studio album.
Nice.
Very cool.
Oh, REO Speedwagon. Stuff.
I mean, great album art. Just reminds me of Monopoly.
I do like that album art. Great.
Really, really beautiful. Rush has Chronicles. That's a compilation, though.
George Michael.
Queensryche, Empire. One of my favorite Queensryche albums. Damn, dude. Oh, also, it says this is the Queensryche's most commercially successful album. reached triple platinum status. It's primarily because it has Silent Lucidity on it, I believe.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Reba McEntire, her 16th, Vanilla Ice.
Yep, his debut.
It's the major label studio debut, and it has Ice Ice Baby on it.
Mm-hmm. He was 16
Warrant
years old
released
when
Cherry
that came
Pie.
out.
Dude, 1990's the year.
Cherry Pie, let's go.
We're not going to get a better year than this. This is insane.
Yeah,
it's their second album, but still their highest selling. Cherry, there's two strip club songs. I'm not a strip club guy, but for those of you that are, you'll agree. There's two strip club songs. One's Cherry Pie, and one is Pour Some Sugar on Me. So one of those songs was released right here. The other one was released in 1987, I think, when we were talking about that year.
I think you're right with that. My Bloody Valentine.
Bob Dylan, his 88th. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. 27th.
27th.
A lot of people go their whole life and don't write 27 songs. This guy wrote 27 albums. And it's 1990. He's not done.
Christmas album by Dolly Parton. Okay.
Too short. Yeah, it is. That's his 6th, though.
Annihilator with their second.
Oh, and then Judas Priest dropped Painkiller. That's a really big one. They're 12th, but still a really big album. And it was the last Judas Priest album to feature longtime singer Rob Halford until his return in 2005. So he takes a nice 15-year break, which I'm not that up on Judas Priest history, but so I'm learning that now for the first time with you, but that's pretty cool. LL Cool J drops his 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Waters, there you go.
Yep, what's that?
This is that famous one you were telling me about, right? It's a live concert at the Berlin Wall. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The Wall.
The Wall's already been torn down at this point in history.
Yeah,
we're past that.
He just performs The Wall in Berlin. That was
who was the one? That's hilarious. How stupid I am. Who was the one though that played at the Berlin Wall and played extra loud and like had all? Was that Elton John or Billy Joel? It was somebody. Guess it wasn't Billy Joel.
Yeah, I have two in my head right now. I'm trying to remember. It was one of the episodes we did. I want to say it was either like Springsteen or Bob Marley are the two I have in my head, but I could be wrong.
That's right.
But regardless, it was their concert that kind of inspired people. I want to say it was Bruce Springsteen, but
I think you might be right there. Yeah. And Roger Waters would have been another one I would have guessed like had done something like that. That brings us to the actual band Fish, PH, their second studio album.
It was Bruce Springsteen.
AC/DC released, nice, Bruce Springsteen confirmed. AC/DC released The Razor's Edge, which by all accounts doesn't have that many hits, but it does have Thunderstruck. So football stadiums everywhere, thank you.
Counts for something. Ooh, Megadeth.
Counts for everything.
Yeah. Studio album.
Rest in peace. That's one of probably Megadeth's. I mean, I'd say that's probably their biggest. It's the first one with Marty Friedman, has a bunch of songs. Bunch of famous songs on it. So yeah, this is it's pretty damn good. Hey, the Vaughn brothers, Stevie Ray Vaughan and his brother Jimmy Vaughan. They dropped Family Style.
When does he pass away? In the 90s?
Pretty soon, yeah, after this.
Okay. Oh, Steve
I remember the exact year.
Down there?
Yeah, Passion and Warfare, that's one of his biggest. That's his second.
All right. Now moving into October.
Now we hear Iron Maiden.
We could end it there and they'd be winning, right? They still have
I know.
3 more months.
Yeah, and this is an Iron Maiden album fraught with problems. I mean, people are leaving left and right. New people are joining. It's chaos over there in the Iron Maiden camp at this point.
Mm.
Which means I got to go back and listen to that album.
Right.
Oh, let's see.
Hey man, Turmoil makes for a good album, in my opinion, for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think it did in that case, but I think sometimes
maybe not
you're right,
for them,
for sure.
But sometimes some inner turmoil just does good things.
Yeah,
for music.
Yeah, like we got Appetite for Destruction out of it, you know. So
yep.
We get Ringo Starr's first official album. Oh well, sorry, it's his first live album, first album with the All-Star Band.
Gotcha. What is this? Hall & Oates, Change of Seasons. They're 14th. My goodness, I didn't know they had so many.
And Styx is on their 12th already.
Gosh.
We do get Slayer, their 5th. They've been going hard for a minute already, it sounds like.
Testament, their 4th.
Couple different Led Zeppelin like reissues, box sets, remasters coming out here.
Making a little money, sounds like.
Paul Simon.
Rhythm of the Saints. Not as familiar
His
with
8th.
that one.
Run DMC, it's their 5th, actually. And the Goo Goo Dolls released their 3rd. And it was released by Metal Blade Records.
You like
That's
the Goo Goo
hilarious.
Dolls?
Metal Blade Records does metal. I love the Goo Goo Dolls, but their first 3 albums, if you go back and listen to them, they're like hardcore punk.
That would make sense.
Not at all what we expect from the Goo Goo Dolls these days. ZZ Top released their 10th.
Ghetto Boys with the it's a
King's
remix.
X down here. It's their 3rd.
Damn, Deep Purple still doing stuff. 13th.
They still do stuff.
Still now. Oh,
yeah. They've had a billion different band members. It's basically a fully different band, like every couple albums. Don Dawkins' first solo album. Interesting. We get The Cure, Phil Collins, Paul McCartney, Steve Winwood.
nice little run there.
Oh, we got a Scorpions album. Let's see if it's suggestive in nature.
It's not.
I guess it's a metaphor.
Oh, true.
Whitney Houston, her 3rd. Slaughter, live album, or live EP, sorry. Nice.
Elton John with, just a box set. Don't worry. We got Tesla.
No big deal. Hey, Tesla released 5-Man Acoustical Jam. That's one of their biggest albums. At least to me it was. It's a live acoustic album with a bunch of stuff. Bunch of like really cool hits. Peter Gabriel, Shaking the Tree. Another compilation there. Cinderella.
Yeah,
Their 3rd, though.
Their 3rd.
Hey, Kid Rock's debut.
Nice.
Nice.
Ritz sandwiches for breakfast.
It says his this album, and I'm not overly familiar with Kid Rock's like catalog other than the couple hits, but this album was primarily hip hop, pretty straightforward hip hop.
Oh.
And it says, quote, in sharp contrast to the largely rock sound of his later albums.
Interesting. Might be worth a listen. Oh, dude, John
Pretty cool.
Williams, Home Alone. Let's go.
Oh, that's huge. We saw that live with the orchestra.
That's right. We love some John
That
Williams.
was great, man. That was such a good time. I love that.
I want to go to the one for Harry Potter. I know they have
We
it.
got to do that. We got to keep an eye on that.
Or even
they
Jurassic
do it every
Park
year.
would be a good one. Yeah.
Honestly, any John Williams.
Yeah. Any John Williams, I'm cool with.
We saw, I saw Star Wars as well. I think it was A New Hope. It might have been Return of the Jedi.
Same format with the
Exact same
live
thing, yeah.
orchestra. Okay, nice.
Yep, live orchestra watching the movie. Yeah, it was really cool.
Well,
All right, well, that does 1990. Jesus.
and what a heater it was. Hitter and a heater. That thing.
That sets the bar pretty damn high.
Yeah, 1990 went crazy.
I think it's because you get, honestly, the best of the 80s and kind of the preview of the 90s all in one year, you know?
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 years of every decade kind of felt like that. A blend of like the past
wrapping up
decade.
the last- yeah.
Wrapping up the last decade and starting the new. So,
Isn't it weird, though, that, like, you know, going through your day-to-day life, you don't really think of, like, you know, all right, new decade. Like, you know, you just kind of like, okay, it's another Tuesday. That's so weird that when you go back in history, the music really does kind of change with the decades.
yeah, it really does, doesn't it? It's
Because there's no reason, when you think about it, there's no reason for when it turns from a 9 to a 0 for everyone to be like, all right, we're done with metal. Now it's time for grunge. Like, you know what I mean? But that kind of happens.
just happened that way. Yeah, this is a cool perspective
Crazy.
going through it like this. Oh, I was scrolling down to the albums, and then I see right ahead in the in the events that happened that Def Leppard's guitarist Steve Clark dies.
In 91, yeah.
Yep.
He was a big part of their sound, too. All right. Albums. First album of 1991 is by Driving and Crying, band from our neck of the woods. They're from Atlanta, Georgia. It's called Fly Me Courageous. It's their 4th. They're a southern rock band. I've heard really good things about them, but I'm not overly familiar.
And a David Lee Roth solo album over here, his 3rd.
A little ain't enough. I don't think this one did as well as the other ones. It does say it was certified gold. Oh, it had Jason Becker on it. That's cool. Motorhead, 1916. Their
Digital
ninth.
Digital Underground with their EP debut. What's Sting doing?
I can't believe I didn't think of this band name before. Jesus Jones.
Jesus Jones.
Come on, man.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
B-52s. Queen with Innuendo. They're 14th.
I just saw that as well. Saxon, solid ball of rock. Hilarious.
That's a great album name.
Yeah. Dinosaur Jr., they're 4th. Joni Mitchell, that's got to be, okay, her 14th. She took some time off, I think. She was in like the 60s. Loudness.
Dude, believe it or not, Young Black Teenagers is just Dallas and I.
Yeah.
We just wanted to mislead everyone.
It's their debut. Yeah, you go look at the album, it's like Old Black Men or Old White Men.
Yeah, you're like, what? This is confusing. But
I'm very confused.
I don't put it beyond bands to like name something after like the direct opposite of what they are. But let's see.
Great White drops Hooked.
Yeah, I just saw that in there.
Imagine naming your band Great White, like that's fine. But then every like song, every album cover has to be like a sea theme.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to have an ocean.
Their big hit is called Once Bitten, Twice Shy. I mean, there's some good stuff here, but this isn't touching 1990 yet.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything like
Rod
too
Stewart.
crazy hopping out at me yet.
Mr. Big, Lean Into It. That's such a good album. Their second, my favorite. Wow, what a good album that is. So good. Enough's Enough. One of those other late glam bands. It's their second.
Ooh, REM Out of Time. That is I think that one's got something on there. Losing My Religion. That's right. I love that song. It's off of there.
For which one?
REM Out of Time. It's in March.
Yeah.
Man, this is a little bit of an empty year so far.
Sepultura releases their 4th. Yeah, I'm in I mean, we do get Lenny Kravitz's second. Mama Said, that's a great one. Slash is on a track.
I knew Slash was on the track because I'm currently listening to the discography of Lenny Kravitz, and he goes, "Take it, Slash," and I was like, "Huh?"
You could tell on that song that very first riff, you could totally tell that's a Slash riff. Get on it now. Such a good riff. All right. Doobie Brothers Brotherhood.
That was their reunion, right? Or they're like that? No, got their reunion happened like 80s, late 80s, like 87, and
something like that. Oh, hey, we get Temple of the Dog. We get that album. That's such a good album.
Oh, nice.
That was like if you read the wiki here, it's a tribute to Andrew Wood, the guy I was talking about from Mother Love Bone who died. And this Temple of the Dog basically blended a lot of the grunge bands into one band, and they released it. Most notably Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell are the singers.
That's where I know I'm from.
Joe Walsh.
Look at those plaid shirts and long hair.
Yeah, that's funny.
Walsh, Fishbone, Michael Bolton, Time, Love, and Tenderness. Yep. What's that? His
Luther Vandross.
Okay. Boys to Men debut.
We do get their debut. I just saw that as well. We also get the debut of The Farm.
Yes, with their 13th album.
Alan
Huey Lewis
Jackson.
in the News, Hard to Play.
His
Or Hard
second.
at Play, sorry.
Nice. That's their 6th. That's a cool album cover. I like that. It's kind of fun. I like Frank, Phranc.
He looks like a Frank.
He really does. But how annoying would that be to be like, you're at Starbucks, you're like, oh, it's Frank. And they start to write it, and you're just like, nope.
No.
Not that.
I don't think I would ever spell it that way, ever. No matter how many times you gave me to try.
It's really annoying when it's really common today, 2020s parents, new parents, they name their kids stuff and they gotta be different and unique and somehow. And because of that little ego scratch, they've doomed their child to like a lifetime of the same conversation 1 billion times. Yep. Nope. Not Frank with an F. It's Phranc. Yeah. All right. That was time 20 billion. I've said that.
Ooh, De La
now, obviously,
Soul's,
that's probably a stage name, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
De La Soul's second album here. Right above
I saw
there.
that. Paul McCartney Unplugged.
Elvis Costello, Ice-T with his 4th. Primus with their 2nd.
Halloween released Pink Bubbles Go Ape, and I can't make head or tails of this album cover.
Yeah, it's I check out there.
It's like a woman eating a fish. I don't know. Hey, we get Seal's
Seal.
debut.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's cool. What's on this?
It contains a few singles, but not his biggest.
Not the biggest? Okay.
Jodeci, they're from Charlotte. We get their debut.
Smashing Pumpkins
They
debut.
were known as the bad boys of R&B, by the way.
Mm.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins debut as well. Yep. Oh, we also get Meshuggah's debut.
Oh, I see that down there.
That's awesome. They went on to inspire a bunch of bands. Typo Negative's debut. Kind of a goth band. And we get Leonard Skinner's 6th. Skid Row, we get their 2nd, Slave to the Grind. That's such a good album.
I love that Leonard Skinner named their album just Leonard Skinner 1991.
Yeah. No debate there.
Truly out of options.
Foreigner's 7th. Van Halen released one of my favorites, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. It's one of my favorites with Sammy Hagar. Great album.
That is the good one with Sammy.
Ashton's new favorite band, Yellow. Anthrax, Attack of the Killer Bees. It's a compilation album of B-sides.
LA Guns' 3rd album. Moving into July. Ooh. Wait, a Green Day compilation already. Interesting. They just had their debut album, and then it's a compilation that has the same album cover. So I guess it'll
it's called The Greatest Hits. They're just like trolling everyone.
Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse, not disappointing with their album covers here again.
Oh, yeah. That's delightful. Very delightful.
Oh, that album's called Butchered at Birth, by the way. Alice Cooper releases Hey Stupid. That's his 12th. One that I've actually know the name of, so there's got to be some good stuff on there. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
That album
This is
cover.
Significantly quieter year.
That's what I was thinking. Anything on this album? Learning to Fly. Nice. It's a good one.
Mudhoney. Another one of those Seattle bands.
Yeah, this one is definitely way quieter, but of course 90 was just like debuts all
That's
over
going
the
to
place.
be really hard to beat,
then,
I think, yeah.
A lot of bands
Hey, we do get Metallica, the Black Album.
Oh, that one is
that's huge.
Yeah, that's a really big album.
That's a potential to be a turnaround there. But I don't think there's enough here. We do get Brooks and Dunn's debut. That's really big. We get Cypress Hill's debut, really big. And Mr. Bungle's debut. Not as big, but still cool. All on the same day, those three bands.
I was going to say, that's all in the same day, dude. That's nuts.
Down here, we also get Blur, their debut, and Altered States debut.
Oh, dude, I didn't know Brooks and Dunn, that debut has Boot, Scoot and Boogie, Neon Moon. Good stuff.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Good stuff. On the
we also get Pearl Jam's 10. That's a really big album, and also their debut. I didn't realize that was their debut. How did they have the foresight to make their art and stuff so good and timeless?
I don't know, because they could have just been like everyone else and done the classic.
There's so many album arts that suck.
Right? Especially in the 90s, man.
Timeless.
Especially.
Yeah, it looks great. Amazing font. Like, it's just perfect. They did a great job. Rush, Roll the Bones. I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither, actually.
Queen Latifah.
Was that her third, fourth, second? Okay, second. I was getting ahead of myself. Dire Straits.
Garth Brooks coming in with another heater of an outfit. Rope in the Wind.
Kenny Loggins, Leap of Faith. Tesla with their third.
We also get 3 big ones here. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. And No More Tears by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, I love that song.
Those came out on the same day. I didn't realize that. Also Mariah Carey album and a bunch of others.
Garth Brooks
third.
third.
Their debut.
I'm not sure if I'm
That's a crazy day for music. You probably know one of their songs.
Use Your Illusion. It's their third, and it's counted as their third and fourth. I gotcha. I thought it was just a double side type.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, they did a full double album. Yeah, I guess they're counting Lies as
the second.
As the second, yeah, which makes sense. Motley Crue's Decade of Decadence, their first compilation.
Nirvana's Nevermind.
Yeah. Oh God, dude. The back half of this year.
Wait a second. I'm reading a couple. Oh my goodness.
Nirvana drops Nevermind. Red Hot Chili Peppers drop Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Which is my favorite album of theirs.
The Cult drops Ceremony. That was all on the same day as well. Yeah, dang. There's enough in this year to maybe overthrow 90. Between Nevermind, the Chili Peppers, Use Your Illusion, No More Tears, and Metallica.
The Black Album. Yeah, there's some huge albums in this.
So there were a lot of debuts and a lot of stuff in 1990, but nothing touches the success of those albums.
Yeah, there's some. That's the difference right now. Is 90 has a ton of good debuts, and 91 has a ton of just heater albums. Like that.
It has some of the biggest albums of all time, all in 1991.
Exactly.
I think 91's has it.
We still have October and December to really push us over the edge right now. So let's see.
Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. That's a really big one for them.
Cheap Trick, Greatest Hits. Nice. Paul McCartney still doing stuff. Soundgarden, is that their third? Oh, nice. Vanilla Ice with another soundtrack. Okay. John Mellencamp with his 11th.
A lot of death metal coming out in the 90s. That's interesting. Queen drops their second gig, Greatest Hits.
Oh, dude, here's a debut of someone I love, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Wish my brother George was here. For anybody who doesn't know, he's you'll know him from the Gorillaz.
That's right.
He's on the. Oh wow, my brain just shut off. I was trying to think of the name of the song. Oh wow, I gotta look it up because my brain just shut off. While I'm thinking about all this other stuff. So like. It's their very first album, biggest hit. I'm almost there. Clint Eastwood, duh. Yeah, he's the rapper on Clint Eastwood.
Stevie Ray Vaughan releases The Sky is Crying. Great album. That's his fifth and final. It compiles songs recorded throughout most of him and his band's career, and it was released 14 months after his death in 1990. Genesis released We Can't Dance.
Another Ice Cube album, his second.
U2 has Actung Baby. That's a pretty big one from what I remember.
Oh, Taj Mahal with an album. And I now know that name just from reading that biography on Lenny Kravitz.
Michael Jackson releases Dangerous. Going to the track list.
Yeah, let me know what's on there. Ooh, Tupac's debut. Tupacalypse
Black
Now.
or White. Give In to Me, that has Slash on it. Not a lot of hits that I'm familiar with. Jam, In the Closet, Remember the Time, Heal the World, Black or White, I know. Who Is It? Give In to Me, I know that one because of Slash. Will You Be There? And Gone Too Soon, and the song Dangerous.
I didn't know John Williams did Hook. That's right.
He got Hook there. I just saw that as well. That brings us to December. It's kind of quiet here. Green Day releases Kerplunk. All right. So that brings us to the end of 91.
Personally.
I vote 91 as well. I think the strength of those like 5 albums I listed are enough to win over any year.
Yeah, and there was still
most of them, 2, and 4 of them came out on the same day as another one.
And there were still some cool debuts in 91 as well. So
yeah, it was just a really big summer, it sounded like.
Yeah, for sure. That summer went crazy.
All right, that brings us to 92, the year I was born. We can speed through this one because you can go back and listen to Stand By. I'll give you the episode number. That'd be episode 28. That's right. 92 versus 93. We're currently on episode 40, by the way. Thank you guys for being here with us for 40 episodes. We got to do something special at 52 because that's a year.
True. Yeah, at the 52 episodes, got to be something special.
Yeah. All right, let's knock it out. Scrolling through here.
TLC debut.
Sir Mix-a-Lot drops Baby Got Back. Alice in Chains does Sap. That's an EP. It's got a couple good things, but it is cool. It's got some cool stuff on it. But by no means is that like a massive album. Pantera does Vulgar Display of Power. That's pretty good.
Tool's debut, Opiate, coming through this year.
When is that? What?
Oh, sorry. I'm in March. Kind of going quick.
Yeah, I am too. King's X. That's their 4th. Self-titled. Got me.
No Doubt's debut.
Def Leppard, Adrenalize.
Bruce Springsteen with the double release, Human Touch and Lucky Town.
I'm in April now. Tracy Chapman drops Matters of the Heart as her 3rd. Slaughter, The Wildlife. I mean, 92. Guys, you gotta change it up, bro. Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. That's a big one. The Black Crowes, Southern Harmony Musical Companion. I love that one. Got some really good stuff on there. Kiss Revenge. It's their 16th.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the Santana.
Mariah Carey did an MTV Unplugged. I did not know that.
Oh, neither did I. Billy Ray Cyrus debut.
I just saw the band Wasp, and that reminded me to share this with you and our listeners. There's a new show that dropped on Paramount Plus, I believe Tuesday. It's called Nothing But a Good Time, and it's about the 80s glam rock era. So there's a book of the same name about the same thing. So I don't know if it's like supposed to be with the book or if it's just its own thing and shares the same name, but probably well worth the watch. I've not watched it myself, but I'm going to at some point.
Yeah, we can definitely.
The book was good.
I'll definitely tune into that.
Black Sabbath, Dehumanizer, Elton John, The One. Yeah, we should probably start doing some episodes on things like that when they drop. Like we did, we started doing that with Dirty Pop, like stuff like that. That would be great. Dream Theater, they're second. I'm in July now. I'm moving pretty quick.
Oh, MC Ren, he's was in NWA. This is his debut this year, his solo debut. I'm down here with you now. I was just checking inside the cracks, you know, seeing the deep
Good
cuts.
idea. Jackal's debut.
Also Pain.
Now, they're late to the party because they also kind of had that. They had a little more of a southern flair, but they also had that kind of glam metal sound. And I mean, it's 92, dude.
Oh, dude, Bare Naked Ladies debut. Okay. There's still some cool stuff in here. I remember your year in music beat 93, so when we went through it. I do remember that. But can 92 upset 91? Not from what I see so far.
No, I don't think that's gonna. 91 might carry it all the way through the end.
The Wallflowers.
Warrant Doggy Dog, that's cool.
Debut. I like the Wallflowers.
Which one?
The Wallflowers.
The Wallflowers?
Debut. Self-titled. Not their good one. One Headlight is their good one.
I mean, I'm down here pretty far now in September.
Yep, I just got into September. A total
Skid
album.
Row with a really nice album name, B-Side Ourselves. That's pretty funny. Blind Melon's debut, it looks like. Yeah.
Does that have No Rain?
I believe it does. I can confirm, but I think it does. Yes.
And Garth Brooks releases an album every year. I respect the grind.
It really does seem like that, yeah. Oh, Alice in Chains released Dirt. That's huge.
That's right. That was one of your big ones.
Yeah, that has a... That's not going to touch anything in 91, but that's a big album for this year.
Third album by Cannibal Corpse. Peter Gabriel's Us, his sixth. Stone Temple Pilots debut. Core. That's a good one, if I remember correctly. I think that one's got Dead and Bloated, Sex Tape Thing, Wicked Garden, Creep, Plush.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's like their big album. I didn't know that was their debut. That's good on them.
When you think about the debut is the one you get the most time to write.
That does make sense.
A lot of times you're going to get it. Rage Against the Machine's debut. I'm down here in November. That's pretty big. So we get a lot of decently big stuff here, but it's from all bands that are like, you know, B and C level compared to the massive A level bands of 91.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, 91, you're talking about the band shirts they sell in like Walmart.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're not going to find an Alice in Chains shirt in Walmart, but you are going to find Nirvana, Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Guns N' Roses, and Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep. REM's
That's insane.
Automatic for the People, big album of theirs, actually.
That is pretty big. Yep, that's pretty big.
Yep, that one's got, for anybody listening, it's got Drive, Everybody Hurts, Man on the Moon, all kinds of hits. Big, one of their biggest, if not their biggest, I'd say. Move it along. This is a really good year. It's just like you said. It's
a pretty good year, but it's not touching 91. I'm actually over here in 93 now, ready to dive in when you are.
Let me finish looking. Oh, I know we mentioned it back on the birthday episode. Dr. Dre's debut, The Chronic.
That's right.
NWA, I believe, is officially broken up at this point, and everybody's doing their own thing. Because you get a Eazy-E EP, Ice Cube's been doing his thing, you know, Dre is doing his thing. So, all right, I'm moving over to 93. We can go back through this one pretty quickly as well.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we can really go fast because I remember 92 being better than 93. So, not going to be a whole lot to highlight here.
Let's do it. Right off the bat, first album released is Genesis live album. Jesus Jones.
That your new favorite band name?
I love that. Poison,
I
Native
like Yellow.
Tongue.
You like Jesus Jones?
Jesus Jones, dude. That's great.
It's a TV show.
Christ and Jones law firm. Both named Jesus. Mick Jagger.
Poison right above that.
Yeah, there really is not much to work with here. Huh?
Yep. 311's debut for anybody who likes 311. Duran Duran
Radiohead's debut. That's pretty big.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'm down here in approaching March now.
Skinner, Tupac with his second, I think. Yep.
Goo Goo Dolls, 4th.
Brooks and Dunn, Hardworking Man, Van Halen, Live.
And not to be confused with Firehouse, Fire Hose.
This is Goo Goo Dolls' 4th. Is this where they start to get their Goo Goo Dolls sound, or not yet?
It sounds like they might be starting to get that sound, but I don't know that they're there yet. But I'm not super familiar with it. All right, the Cranberries, their debut.
Okay. It's a good one.
Living Color, cranking out albums, dude.
Oh, that's right. We have Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? I just listened to that this morning again.
Wow, that's huge. Love it.
Like that. Let's see, still going down. There's that Iron Maiden you mentioned. Kid Rock with another.
Yep.
Ice-T still putting them out. Guess he hasn't really
Dwight
gotten into
Yoakam on the country side of things.
When does Ice-T start? When does Law and Order start? Honestly, isn't that what he's on?
Is that him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ice-T's on Law and Order.
Him. Yeah, that's crazy. April, we get a David Bowie. Oh, we get Tool's day. Oh, yeah, we were confused about this. Their debut, Undertow.
That's right. The other was an EP.
Opiate.
Yeah,
EP. That's right. So, which would you call the debut? This is a debut album, but it's not the debut of the band, you know?
Yeah, having listened to the two, I would go with Undertow as being their true debut, because the EP just involves a couple of live sessions at like a bar. Like the final 3 songs are just live recordings at them at like a little small venue, and like some not very well developed stuff. This one is like really their true sound coming out. But
Aerosmith release Get a Grip.
The 11th. That one
has released Pork Soda, which is just a hilarious album cover and name.
Living on the Edge. Crying. Okay.
We're living on the edge. Now we get Shania Twain's debut and Toby Keith's debut on the same day. That's pretty damn big there.
Yeah, that is. That's right. We're getting a lot of the big country artists coming along in the 90s.
Blur, the most British name ever. Modern Life is Rubbish.
Run DMC still putting stuff out.
Janet Jackson, that's her 5th, though. Wow, she really does look like Michael, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I have a random thing just because I saw them. What were your issues with Dire Straits again? Because I think I found why I like them and you don't. I think I figured it out.
I just haven't heard anything that I really like yet. I don't have like specific issues. I don't like the song Sultans of Swing because of how he just talks it.
That's the song that I was going to say. What do you not like about it? Because I think...
I don't like how he's just kind of like... like that's how he, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the guitar and drums on it.
I don't like the chord progression either. Like what they're using.
I was going to say, I don't play guitar enough, but I think the drums are so killer on that song.
I never even got to the drums.
Yeah, I was going to say the drums are so good. The drummer's really good. And that's kind of like, I love listening to but other songs on that album have really good guitar. So I think
yeah, Mark Knopfler's amazing. There's a lot of people that are really good that I don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you just...
It's not me taking away anything from how good they are. Because in no way am I saying like they're not good or anything like that. But that song in particular, and I don't know enough Dire Straits to write them off as a band, but That song annoys the piss out of me for sure.
Yeah, I think that was it. Is I love listening to the drums on the song, and like more than I kind of just ignore everything else about it, and I just listen to the drums, which would make sense why I was like I like it, and then like I'm with you though.
That guitar solo has a lot of cool stuff.
I'd
like
say
when he
Dire
does those
Straits,
arpeggios, deedle, cool stuff there for sure.
Their weakest thing is definitely the vocals. If I had to say, it's the very bottom of like the list of what's good to listen to, but. All right, we'll keep moving along.
Maybe I could go back and listen a little deeper and give you more come more from a place of knowledge.
Yeah, I'll send you like a
Halloween. Yeah, for sure. Halloween releases Chameleon. So Halloween is a German power metal band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and check out that Chameleon album art.
Oh my God. They specifically did that just so that people unassuming would be like, oh, this is probably like some Paul Simon sounding stuff.
This is probably like a children's album for my kids. Yeah. Yeah, true. But it's so small up at the top. Like the logo doesn't even fit with the rest of the like.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I actually like.
You guys got to check out Halloween Chameleon, the album.
I unironically like that album art though. Like,
yeah, it's cool. Very, very abstract.
Yeah, for sure.
93 is not that good. Not that good,
dude. I told you.
So far.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
I'm really interested to see what 94 holds. I believe that's the year Kurt Cobain killed himself.
Mm.
It was either 94 or 96, and I'm 80% it's 94. I mean, there's some good stuff, but it's all held over. Like, we do get Collective Soul's debut. Oh, we get Raven Simone's debut. That's nice.
Oh, we've seen her in concert.
She's like a child. Did we?
Yeah, dude, at the fair. I specifically remember because I was wearing a yellow shirt and I got her yellow. I see you in the yellow shirt because I was dancing.
That's so awesome. I don't remember this.
Such a random. Awesome. You were there. You definitely, because man.
No, I just don't remember it. 100%. Yeah. I've been to the fair for a lot of concerts. I saw Skillet. I saw Daughtry. And others. Rascal Flatts. I saw Rascal Flatts at the fair, dude, before they were like blowing up. Their first album was out.
That must have been before the movie Cars, right? That's what really helped them.
Oh, yeah.
Collective Soul with their debut.
Yep, for sure. They're in July now. Bjork. Her, okay, I like it. Bjork just cutting right to the chase, naming her debut album Debut. Love that. Not making it hard for us. U2 drops their 8th.
Zuropa.
Yeah, I don't know. Candlebox, we get their debut. They're kind of a one of those bands you'd hear in the car on the rock radio station driving to the Ashford Pool, Vi.
I was going to say third. I didn't know he started just going by Vi.
I don't think that he did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's just kind of either one.
Dude, Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. That's a big one of theirs.
That's some good stuff, right?
I believe. Cherub Rock Today.
Produced by Butch Vig, who did a lot of the Nirvana stuff, if I'm remembering that correctly. Sheryl Crow, her debut studio album. Billy Joel is 12th.
Quickly here, not seeing a whole lot that pops out.
Yeah, I see Bad Brains. Is that one of their?
Garth Brooks Yearly. Oh, this is In Pieces. Is that one of his bigger ones? I feel like it is. Yeah, that's got Standing Outside the Fire.
Hey, we get Shaggy's debut.
Oh, okay. I loved Shaggy when I was a kid. That's awesome.
I think every kid did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took my band name and just changed the name. Carter, the Unstoppable Sex Machine.
Carter. What a mouthful, though.
They all have nicknames. The singer's Jim Bob Morrison. The guitarist is Les Fruit Bat Carter. Dude, Fruit Bat's the funniest nickname I've ever heard.
Bat.
What's up, Fruit Bat? Like, you can't even say it. Nirvana releases In Utero. That's the biggest thing I've seen so far.
Yep. I want to say that was my big end all be all for the year.
Yeah, that's their third and final. So they didn't have that many, and that was one of them. Oh, Duff McKagan releases "Believe in Me." That was his solo album. That had a lot of cool stuff on it.
What was the stuff you did for him?
Oh, that's coming out, I think, next year.
Oh, nice.
Adam Sandler, his debut album.
Oh, dude, we used to love listening to the Adam Sandler songs. Like,
dude, he's got
comedy.
So many. Yeah, he's got 2 new ones. Well, one's 2019, one was a couple months ago, and it's so good.
That guy's just an icon for comedy, honestly. Love him or hate him, I think he just knows how to make people laugh.
Anyone that hates Adam Sandler, he's so good.
Yeah, that's the thing is, he's also a very likable guy on top of everything. So
yeah, he seems really nice too.
He's just that dude you would see just at like a random coffee shop, and you're like, "Are you Adam Sandler?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, actually, it's a funny speak. You know how that's so true. You know how he's famous for always kind of dressing down.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast, a litling bit off topic. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the guy was just doing like a question answer episode. And somebody wrote in and was like, "How could you possibly wear shorts to interview a U.S. Congresswoman?" He interviewed Tulsi Gabbard, and he was like, showed up in shorts or whatever. And this person was like, "Show some respect." And the guy was like super chill about it. He was like, well, I work really hard to build a life for myself where I don't ever have to wear anything that I don't want to wear. So I was like, that is the move, dude.
Yeah, he handled that so well.
I love that. Like, yeah, I've worked really hard to build a life for myself that I do what I want to do, and that's it. It's also, I've always thought that was absurd, that like people think it's disrespectful to wear something. It's like, dude, it's not. Back to it. Boyz II Men Christmas album.
Yep, I'm in what are we in? November, October. Man,
October's got a lot of releases, but nothing. Oh, Rush has Counterparts. That's kind of cool. It's their 15th, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, what I've learned from this is October, November, December, just they don't really release a whole lot. Summer is definitely like the time for albums.
You're seeing very clearly the summer release schedule is kind of what the music industry likes to do. Yeah, hey, now we do get a really important one, and that's Shaq Diesel, which is the debut album from American professional basketball player and rapper Shaquille O'Neal. I got to imagine that's what it sounds like.
I feel like I've heard a song of his, and it
has the deepest, funniest voice.
Yeah, dude. I love Shaquille O'Neal, though. Guy's hilarious.
Dude, he's so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't, like, I mean, how can you have that voice and not be at least a little made fun of? I mean, he's used to it.
For sure. He's got a great sense of humor, dude.
Oh, dude, he seems like the best guy. He's like, what is he? Is he over 7 foot or is he 7 foot?
He's 7'1", I believe.
Jesus Christ. And like not thin, like he's built.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane. It's a big man. All right. In excess, they're 9th. I mean, there's really not a lot going on here. I'm kind of breezing through here.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what 94 has in store, honestly.
R. Kelly's debut. There we go. That's something.
Yeah, I just went through.
And and Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style.
That's right. That was another big one.
Elton John does that Duets album, which is really cool. And Guns N' Roses has the Spaghetti Incident.
Dude, I love Slash's face when you hover Guns N' Roses, bro.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. He's just like,
mouth open, what? Just like, yeah. Oh,
what did you say?
Duff
Hold on.
tall how tall is Duff?
He's maybe like 6'2".
Okay. So Slash
pretty much everyone in Guns N' Roses is like
5'10".
He's like exactly my height. Axl and Richard as well. You can see are all about the same height.
Yeah, they're like
5'10". Yeah.
He just looks so tall
Motorhead
compared
release
to them.
Bastards. Yeah. The Verve Pipe Pop Smear. That's a funny name.
All right, I'm moving to 94.
Let's bring this sucker home.
Let's go. I'm excited because
94.
I don't know what to expect
Let's
from
move through
year
this one,
at all.
thoroughly but quickly as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So we don't go too long here.
We're actually making better time than
my
our previous ones.
My band Sodom.
Sodom.
We released. Just kidding.
Jeez.
And yes, you guessed it right. Yes, you absolutely guessed it right. They're a German thrash metal band.
Yep.
What else could they be?
What else?
ZZ Top, Antenna.
Allison Chains Jar of Flies, the EP.
That's a great one, dude.
I know you're a
John
big
Michael
fan of that
Montgomery
one.
kicking it up. That's his second.
Green Day's Dookie.
Oh, Green Day's Dookie. That's big. That's really big. That has a lot of big hits.
It even says on the
them.
right that it's Diamond. Nice.
Yeah, that's a big thing for them. Only thing they did better with, I think, was American Idiot.
True. Cake's debut. Oh, that
Very
and
cool.
that had the song Short Skirt. I think no, it didn't. Really? I swore that album cover was like the cover when I would look up that song. Was it Short Skirt Long Jacket? I think the name of the song is. That's their biggest hit.
So much music out here, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking at this like I don't know any of these bands. Cradle of Filth I've heard of. I know a couple of their things.
I love this Beastie Boys Some Old Bullshit. Such a good album title.
What do you want to name it? I don't know. Some old bullshit or something. I don't know. And the guy's just like writing it down, like taking his words.
Writes it down and immediately leaves the room.
He comes out, album comes out. The guy's like, "Why is it called this?"
That's what you
said. I never said that in my life. Plays him back the tape. Sublime's second. Instead of Robin Hood, it's Robin the Hood. That's pretty funny.
Hey. Good play on
MC
words.
Hammer, the Funky Headhunter.
Beck doing stuff.
Of course, we get the debut for That Dog.
9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 4 times platinum.
4 times
album.
platinum. Soundgarden Super Unknown, 5 times platinum. Yeah, that's the album art I remember. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
David Lee Roth, Your Filthy Little Mouth.
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue releases their self-titled. This is the one where Vince Neil was gone and they got John Corabi and nobody really knew. Nobody knew about Motley Crue at this point, really. They were like old has-beens,
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was listening to them. None of their stuff sold. But this album's actually still pretty good. It's got some good songs on it. And that singer, John Corabi, they got's really good. Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. That's fun.
Vanilla Ice
We get
fighting
Tim
through
McGraw's
the
second.
Oh, we've been to see Tim McGraw.
Hey, we get Power Man 5000, their debut EP. We played with them at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Oh, dude, look right below that.
Pink Floyd, The Division Bell.
Oh man, it's
That's
so
my
crazy.
favorite Pink Floyd album, and I said it first.
Hey, it's only your favorite because it was my favorite, and I
that's very true.
and I showed it to you.
That's so true.
That's crazy.
Also,
Band
that's
in
the last one they did,
60s.
right? Until the newest one, or did they have anything
where
between
they just did the unreleased stuff.
Yeah, and I love that one. It's called The Endless River. The album art for The Endless River is like one of my favorite album arts. It's beautiful.
It's crazy that their last album, or I guess one of the last albums, is my favorite, considering that, I mean, this band's been putting out albums since the 60s, 30 years later,
crazy.
and they still put out music that I like. So, like,
Yeah,
they'd be a great one for the Evolution, I'd have to say.
That's true. Turns out I think I just like David Gilmour more than anything.
For sure. My favorite member of the band.
Because not even knowing who does what in that band, I was always drawn to the things that he had the most to do with.
Yep, same here.
And yeah, just a phenomenal guitar player. And I like his voice a lot too. In Flames, Lunar Strain. That's their debut. Nice. Let's see this Cannibal Corpse album. Oh, it doesn't show us. Nas, debut.
Kenny Chesney with his debut, In My Wildest Dreams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Johnny Cash, let's see.
big one.
Oh, dude, I'm not lying. His 81st album.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
In
And it doesn't stop
1994,
here,
dude.
It doesn't stop here either.
You know what we do get though? Outkast debut.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You gotta say that one because I don't remember.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac music. Southern Playalistic Cadillac music.
Yeah. Playalistic Cadillac music. Yeah. It's because that C is running double duty. That's what's throwing me off. This Is Me, Randy Travis. That's his ninth. Now we do get Live, their band. I actually saw them open for Guns N' Roses. The album's called Throwing Copper. It's their third. Ooh. But it had that one really big song, and as a result, has gone 8 times platinum in the US and 7 times platinum in the Canada. What is that song called? I'll tell you here. Lightning Crashes. I can feel it rolling up and back again. That one.
I think I know it. I'd have to listen to it.
You've probably heard it.
Yeah,
it builds up really slow, but then when it hits, you're like, oh yeah, of course. I heard this chorus driving around or riding around. Couldn't drive. I was 2. The Allman Brothers, Where It All Begins.
Oh, Huey Lewis and the News with a cover album.
4 chords and several years ago. That's amazing.
Right.
That's a great name. Indigo Girls, their 5th.
Weezer with their debut, which actually went 3 times platinum.
3 times platinum
in the US. That's awesome.
That's nearly 30 albums.
I think a little more than that.
Seal released Seal, aka Seal 2. I think both of his albums were named Seal. That's hilarious. And this one does have the smash hit, Kiss from a Rose. Stevie Nicks looking awfully posh for her 5th, Street Angel. It's a really nice album cover.
Jimmy Buffett.
Now, if you're not familiar with them, you should be familiar with Anal Cunt and their song Everyone Should Be Killed, or their album, sorry, it's their debut.
Not a German metal band, believe it or not.
No, American Grindcore. If you haven't heard Grindcore, it's funny. It's hard to take seriously. It's literally just like
yeah, I know the kind of music you're talking about. That's crazy.
Can't tell if elephant or anal cunt.
Is this ill communication? What is this?
Dude, this album has 58 songs.
Wait, what? Which album?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only a handful of them are over a minute long. A lot of them are like 37 seconds, 13 seconds. Pretty crazy. Everyone Should Be Killed. Go check it out. Pride and Glory, their debut. Love that one. Sorry, it's their only album. That's Zakk Wylde's band before. Well, hold on. How did he do this? He was an Aussie, then he did this, then he did some other stuff. But this is pre-Black Label Society.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Purple starts off with Pilot second.
4th album?
Boston's Walk On, their 4th. It's the band's only album not to feature Brad Delp, although he did assist as a songwriter. Vocal duties were handled by Fran Cosmo. All right, what you see in here?
Not a whole lot.
Down in June.
Yeah, I'm in June.
Alan Jackson, Who I Am.
I'm moving into July. See what the summer holds. Oh, we have Hootie and the Blowfish's Cracked Review.
Diamond, 10 plus million. Huge.
They would never,
Love that
ever
one.
get close to reaching the success of that album.
They never did, you're saying, after that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's tough. It's tough to follow, and they really captured a moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
More so than having, stupid, phenomenal, amazing songs. They had pretty good songs that just hit at a stupid, phenomenal, amazing time.
Right?
Where like Guns N' Roses had stupid, phenomenal, amazing songs, and that's why you still hear them played at like Panther Stadium 7 times a game in 2024. And that's why every 10-year-old student I meet wants to learn Sweet Child of Mine. It's like, what? Can we not?
Alice Cooper with his 13th. He's been doing it for a while at this point.
Jamie Foxx's debut and Marilyn Manson's debut.
Those are two good debuts.
The same day. Couldn't be further apart. Same day. We get Jackal's second. Okay.
I'm going to go through with you.
Machine Head's debut. Crosby, Stills, and Nash still putting out music. It's their 7th. Prince with Come. That's his 15th.
Bare Naked Ladies with their 2nd.
This is a crazy sentence I just read. I want to expand and read this. For Prince's album, a lack of promotion from the label and Prince himself resulted in Come underperforming on American charts, stalling at number 15. Becoming his first album since Controversy, did not yield any top 10 singles in the U.S. So it goes to show, even when you're Prince, you still have to promote and advertise.
Yep.
Nobody gets it for free. Tesla with Bust a Nut.
Rusted Root with their 2nd. And that has Send Me On
Nice,
My Way,
dude.
the one that made it an Ice Age.
Send me on my way. Send me on my way. Oasis, Definitely Maybe. What a great album. Their debut, 7 times platinum. And they're just confirmed to be getting back together.
Oh.
I think that'll go the same way Jane's Addiction did. All right, moving on.
He's calling
Boys
it
to
now.
Men 2.
2nd. Ooh, Usher's debut. Usher.
Boys to Men 2. It's the 3rd studio album by American R&B quartet Boys to Men.
Boys to Men 2. See, I just know you want to go Boys to Men 2, Double the Boys.
Yeah. Boys to Men 2, More Boys.
We just
Boys
love,
3,
we just think it's hilarious.
Boys.
Yeah, any band name that has the word boys in it is forever going to make us giggle. Dude,
I just need more boys.
gosh,
Get the boys in here on the phone. We need more boys.
dude, the boy band
Usher's debut.
episode
I don't know
just-
if you said that, but
yep,
Usher's debut.
Usher's debut.
The Notorious B.I.G. debut as well.
It's a good one. Dude, how
He
crazy
was
is
the
it?
East Coast, right?
I don't know if I mentioned it. Yeah, out of New York. He died, and then 2 weeks after he died, his album released called Life After Death. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Oh, his first one is Ready to Die. All right. Let's see. Tupac with his 3rd, I believe. Oh, it's a hip hop group. That he's so I guess there's a lot of features on there.
Tupac.
Yep. Oh, bro, the Muppets, Kermit Unpigged, which actually has Ozzy Osbourne on it. What? Featuring
hilarious.
George Benson, Jimmy Buffett, Vince Gill, Don Henley, Ozzy Osbourne, Linda Ronstadt. What? I gotta go and listen to that. Huh?
We get Dave Matthews' debut as well.
Ooh, nice. Oh, dude, today, I mean, I could be so wrong about this, but I think I made the assumption that Dave Matthews Band is just made by the level of musicians that are around him. Like, I don't think
that's
his
probably
vocals
true.
are anything that special. His guitar's nothing that special. His band, phenomenal.
Yeah. I think you're right there. Yeah. Out of Dave Matthews' band, the band's doing a lot more lifting than Dave Matthews.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so funny. Now, no one can argue that his band is amazing. The Cranberries drop No Need to Argue. That has gone 7 times platinum in the U.S. And that is because that has Zombie on it.
Does it? Yep. I was going to say, does that have
And a
Zombie?
few others, but yeah, that's another song that I just do not like. Dream Theater dropped Awake.
Yeah, Zombie is one of those ones that's really about the message, like of the story. But I agree, like there's nothing about the song itself that's anything spectacular.
I just don't like that she repeats this. She like rhymes the same word with the same word. That's something that always bugs me in songs. And then all that stuff. It's like, all right, like it's whatever your message is. It's really hard to receive. Like
it's about the IRA.
Danzig 4. Let's see if it's their fourth. It is. Nice.
Going through here. This one is not that great of a year
either.
Oh,
we get Korn's debut.
Yeah, I just saw it. My eyes just hit it as you said it.
And then Bon Jovi Crossroad. That's a really big one. That's his greatest hits. But still, that's the one that I had. And that has all the hits on it, obviously.
Yeah, greatest hits.
Queensryche, artwork. Promised Land. Moving along here.
Not seeing anything. Madonna with another album.
Oh, the Black Crowes, Amorica. Not a very good one there.
Aerosmith, big ones, but that's just a compilation album. Willie Nelson, what number
MTV
is this?
Unplugged in New York.
Oh,
that's insane.
What did you say?
Nirvana, Unplugged in New York, the first live album. It was released November 1st, nearly 7 months following the suicide of Kurt Cobain.
Did you mention Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas?
I did not. I just moused over that.
That is a big one because that has her, what is it? All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's
that's
endlessly played like forever. I think that was probably a number one hit on the Billboard, if I had to guess.
You're probably right. And you know what? As I will not argue that song is horrendously overplayed, I still kind of like it.
I mean, she has
every time I hear the jingle bells and the I'm like, oh, it's Christmas. I love it. So happy.
I mean, she also has phenomenal vocals.
With the big, at the end.
No, she's got
Eagles. Hell Freezes Over. The reason it's called that, by the way, when they broke up, they were told, will the Eagles ever get back together? And they were like, yeah, when hell freezes over. And then they did get back together. So they called it Hell Freezes Over. This is their first album to be released after they had broken up after they reformed following a 14-year breakup.
I looked it up and it did hit number one.
And when they got back together, it was the 5.
All the
Glenn Frey, Don Henley, Don Felder, Joe Walsh, and Timmy Smith.
Oh, so it was I don't know if I'm very familiar with the Hell Freezes Over. I'm sure I've heard some stuff off it, but
Prince releases the Black Album.
Meshuggah's EP, their second EP, and then Cinderella with their fourth and final.
Yeah, John Frusciante does a debut. If you listen to his stuff, which I have a little bit of, he's an odd dude. He writes some weird music.
We got TLC's second album, which went diamond. Twice diamond. It looks like 23 million copies sold.
Yeah, Crazy Sexy Cool. That has Waterfalls and all the other No Scrubs, that stuff on it, I think. Yeah. 23 copies. 23 million copies. That's
Prince
insane.
with his own The Black Album.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? A little further down, Bush, their debut, 6 times platinum.
Oh, you skipped over Pearl Jam's Vitology.
Oh, yeah, true. This one has Glycerin, is why. I can't remember how that song goes, but I remember the name. And then Garth Brooks releases the greatest hits, and that Jimmy Eat World, their debut, comes right at the end of December 94, and that's going to wrap up our episode for today.
Well, I don't think there's any discussion. 91 is crazy.
91 can't be beat. It was not 98, at least yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I still have hope for 98.
Gotta wait till next year. Yeah. Next week, I mean.
Well, that'll do it for us. I was
going to ask, any closing thoughts? Are we good?
No, we're good. The 91 driving it home and kind of driving it home with a bunch of bands from the 80s, just putting out really good stuff in the 90s. So, along with a couple of newer 90s bands, but that mix, just that early, So I'm excited to see what the second half of the 90s holds, but that'll be it from me.
And that'll be it for me as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Wanted to take a quick second at the end to just remind you one more time, please help us out on those socials, on those podcast platforms, giving us the ratings, subscriptions, reviews, all that good stuff. And check out our Patreon, see if there's anything on there that piques your interest. Hopefully there is, and we'll see you inside the Discord. And that'll be it, I think, for today. So we'll see you guys next time.